Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to build wealth in your teenage years. So, the best way to build wealth, in my opinion, is through three main categories. The first one being getting out there, getting hands-on experience, and hustling. The second is to go and always be ready to learn, and always look for ways to learn. The best way I found to do this is through books. And then the third is to start building lifelong habits today, and to make it where those habits that you start today will last you a lifetime. So as I said, the first one is getting out there and hustling. The best way to hustle is by just starting. So you should go and start a business. It doesn't matter what kind of business. It could be a lawn care business, it could be a consulting business, it could be a taxi service. Just go and try to start a business. Now before you start your business, you need to go and do research. Go and tip over every rock, find every nook and cranny of knowledge that you need to run that business. You need to know that business in and out in order for it to be successful. Now, it's okay to go and fail. Don't be afraid, though, to get right back up and start making your way towards financial freedom again. Now, the best way, in my opinion, to do your research is to go and look for mentors and people who have expertise in the field that you're trying to start a business in. For example, if you want to go and start a business in lawn care, go and look for people who are already doing businesses in lawn care and try to network with them. Go and see what they've learned and what mistakes they've made in their journey. By learning from their mistakes, you'll be able to go and avoid those mistakes. And it's a lot easier to learn from someone else's mistakes instead of your own. Another great way to learn, like I said, is internships. Internships give you a great opportunity to network because normally they're not paid. And everyone loves free labor, and they'll love you more because of it. Now, when trying to find an internship, go and use the network that you already have. Talk with parents of your friends, talk with your family members, talk with people from the clubs you're in and the church you belong to. I'm sure there's someone out there that is in the niche of the business you're trying to start, and I bet someone you know knows them or you know them. So all you have to do is just find that person, build the connection, and ask them to intern. 90% of the time they'll say yeah, because they want to go and give back to the community and go and have something given to them as well. So now we're going to talk about other things you need to know when starting a business. You need to know the costs, you need to know the mechanics, and you need to know the competition. If there's too much competition in the market already, you probably don't want to start a business in that niche because it's going to be extremely difficult to go and penetrate that niche and to build the customer basis that you need. It'd be better to expand out of another business that is similar to the business you're trying to get into. For example, say there's a lot of lawn care businesses out there. Maybe you want to go and start a pesticide business or maybe a sprinkler business and then transition yourself into the lawn care business after building that customer basis and clientele. Now, I also want to go and discuss investing. It's important to start investing as soon as you can. You can actually set up an investing account with your parents so that you can start investing yourself today. Now, it's important to start investing because $1 today can be worth $2 in the future. I also think you should invest instead of putting money aside into savings. I think you should go and invest because you can always pull that money out whenever you need. And if you're trying to save for a down payment on a house or a new car or, let's say, college, you're going to be saving for a year, 2 years, maybe even 5 years. And if you're saving for that long, then you're not going to be seeing a very large return on your savings because of the low interest rates. Now, if you were to invest that money, you'd see an average 7% return of whatever money you put in. So, the reason why it would be 7% is because that's what the S&P has returned on average over the last 100 years. Now, if you do start investing, I suggest you do a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA would be your best financial vehicle because they don't go and tax your contributions when you pull them out. I also prefer a Roth IRA because they go and tax you when you put your contributions into it. For example, let's say you have $100 you're investing and you put that $100 into your Roth IRA. They'll tax you whatever your income tax is, and then you'll have, let's say, $90. Now when you pull out that money, you'll not have to pay any taxes on your contribution. You'll only have to pay money on the money that's appreciated. So you have your $90 that you put in, let's say it appreciates to $150 over a year. When you pull it out, you don't have to pay any taxes on the $90, you only have to pay taxes on the $50. And the longer you go and hold that money in that investment account, the lower capital gains you have to pay. Now, as I said, you have to pay taxes when you put in the money. Another benefit of paying taxes when you put in the money into the account is that you're at a lower tax bracket. I'll show you on the screen now the tax brackets as of 2019 or 2020, whichever one I can find. As you can see, you're probably in one of the lower tax brackets that are either 10% or maybe 20% if you're making the big bucks in high school. This is huge because if you were to start investing, say in your 30s, and you were investing into a Roth IRA, you'd be paying a 30 to 40, maybe even 50% in taxes. That's a huge loss on your money. Now, as I said, you aren't taxed on your contributions, which is why it's better than a savings account. So when you pull out those contributions, then you have the same amount of money as you would in a savings account, but you could have the chance of having more money because of the capital appreciation, which is awesome. And because of that, that will allow you to have more money to invest in opportunities as they arise and purchase assets so that you can begin that snowball effect and build your wealth. Now I'm going to be talking about the second point I made earlier in the video, which is hitting the books. It's important to hit the books because, in my opinion, it's the best way to cram a bunch of knowledge into your head in a short period of time. Also, people have been writing books for a very long time, and because of that, there's almost a little circle of books that are a necessity to learning about building wealth. Two of those books that I love is How to Win Friends and Influence People and The Richest Man in Babylon. I love the first book, which is How to Win Friends, because it teaches you three main things, which are how to negotiate, how to network, and how to persuade. These are very important tools that you're going to need in the business world if you want to be successful. I also love this book because it tells you examples of famous people throughout history that have gone and used these same techniques and have gone insane results. This just shows that these techniques work and that by mastering them, you can become successful and will be able to persuade, negotiate, and network with the people around you. The second book that I said, The Richest Man in Babylon, is really cool because it teaches you 7 key principles for financial habits. Another book that's similar to The Richest Man in Babylon is Rich Dad Poor Dad. In Rich Dad Poor Dad, I love how they go and discuss how you need to go and have money work for you instead of you working for money. I also love that in both these books, it teaches you financial habits to go and teach you the value of a dollar and to teach you the importance of investing and building assets instead of building liabilities, and then how to go and create money out of those assets. Now, let's discuss the third point, lifelong habits. Lifelong habits are arguably the most important topic of the 3. This is because they'll last you a lifetime. The first lifelong habit I want you to create is to invest rather than save. Now, I'm not saying it's not important to save, I'm just saying you should focus more on investing instead of savings because, especially when you're younger, you'll be able to see more bang for your buck in the long run. The second kind of habit that I think you should make an everlasting habit is to make a schedule every day, guys. It's important to make a schedule because then, instead of couch potatoing on the couch, watching Netflix, watching the newest series, or sitting in front of the computer, or Xbox, or PS4, whatever the newest video game console is, you can go and check those things off your checklist. I've learned personally, guys, from having a schedule that I make the night before, that I've seen my efficiency go and skyrocket through the roof. I also think it's important for you guys to be careful who you give your time to, and to choose carefully when agreeing to making plans with friends and acquaintances. That's because right now, guys, you're at your prime time in life, or you're about to be in the next decade. That's when you have the most time to go and crack down and to get your stuff done, and to build those assets that you need in order to snowball in the future. Every second you're spending with one of your friends playing video games, it's a second you're not reading, you're not grinding, you're not hustling, you're not meeting with mentors or doing your internship. That gives you lifelong habits. So, I think you guys should surround yourself with like-minded people. You can go and find those like-minded people through high school, even though it's very difficult because people choose not to focus on their future in high school, me being one of those people. Or you can go and reach out to Facebook groups, investing groups, maybe talk with your financial advisor or real estate agent and see if they can point you in the right direction towards meeting people that are like-minded as you. And then also, guys, I think you should try to push yourself to learn something new every day and to try to be better than the day you were before. We all have missteps and we all go and have lazy days, but try to push through those lazy days and try to still be efficient and proactive on those days. Lastly, I want to talk about setting goals. I think you guys should go and set a 5-year goal, a 1-year goal, or a couple 1-year goals, and month goals. You need to go and break yourself down into categories for goal setting because you might have a goal, let's say, of making $500,000 in 5 years. Now, how are you going to obtain that $500,000? Many people can say they have a goal of doing this, getting a boat, getting a car, going on vacation, but many people don't have a realistic plan to obtain that goal. In my opinion, most goals are obtainable. People just don't choose to go and create a plan to make that goal obtainable in the future. That's why you need to set year goals and month goals. An example for a year goal that you could have in order to reach the $500,000 in 5 years is to go and say, alright, in 1 year I'm probably not going to be able to make $500,000. But this year, let's focus on getting, let's say, 500 customers or 1,000 customers or whatever number you want. Or let's say you want to go and have 10 employees that are efficiently working for you. Have those goals set so that then you're able to propel yourself into the next year and continue to build upon those years coming forth until you hit your 5-year goal. Now for your month goal, you could say, go and find leads, go and read a book that you've been wanting to read. Go and continue to pursue making a schedule every day. The sky's the limit, guys. You just need to get out there and get it done. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.